welcome to today's video. Today's video I'm going to be reviewing the Hyundai Ioniq 5 and telling you all the good points and even bad points about this new car. Now the spec that I'll be reviewing today is the premium 73 kilowatt hour, and this is Galactic Grey. Its on the road price with the vehicle to load that this has got on is 42,895. If you're interested in a finance package on this, you can contact DSG, ask for Will Adams or Jeff, and the payments on this one, what I've quoted up for 8,000 miles per annum, is 9 plus 47, it's 405 per month. The reversing camera on this is really good, and I'm going to show you how clear it is in a minute. But one thing that other manufacturers haven't thought of, which Hyundai seriously have, is when it rains, cameras normally get covered in rain and you can't see, and that's the one time a reverse camera really comes in useful, is when it's peeing down with rain. Because they place it just above the number plate but underneath the shield here at the back, rain will mean it will fall off here and not cover the camera. It's a really thought out, clever little design. Now the door handles on this are a really clever aerodynamic design which tuck into the car to help reduce drag. Couple of issues I've got with it is they do feel, I don't know, a little bit tactilely weird. I think they could improve this a little, maybe like a nice little soft rubber or something behind. Just feels like a hard plastic. And what I've also surprised, they spent all the time aerodynamicing this, but there's no CCTV wing mirrors like you have on the Audi e-tron or the Porsche Taycan. Now you're never going to get the kids arguing on who can charge the mobile phone in this, and that is because this thing is littered in USB sockets. You've got one USB socket down here, plus an old cigarette style lighter at 180 watts. You've got a wireless charging socket down here with another 2 USB sockets. Now before we move in the back, none of these sockets are the new style USB-C, which is a little bit disappointing because they do deliver a little bit more power. You have, however, got another 2 USB sockets in the back, plus another extra special socket in the back, which we'll mention in a minute, because we've also got something even special on this. Because of all this extra power we've got from this massive battery, we've also got a Barista option. Now to get the Barista option working, you need to hit the media button, and followed by the media button you need to hit sounds of nature, and then we hit here open air caf and we start that, and when we get to the back.
Oh, sir, can I interest you in an espresso coffee?
Oh yes please. So the Barista version doesn't normally come included with the Hyundai Ioniq 5. I pay for this optional extra manservant to come and serve me some coffee today, but you can plug in any 13 amp socket into the back of the vehicle to load system and power anything. For example, if you're going camping or had a caravan. Oh, lovely, thank you.
My pleasure.
You can plug basically anything into the back of this, so its possible uses are endless. It's also got a 13 amp plug socket inside the car, which you can use for maybe powering a laptop on a long journey or anything like that. The list of it is endless. Now it is an optional extra, and you're really going to have to look if it might suit your needs, but if you are thinking of going camping, I think this is a must have accessory. There's 2 ways of opening the charge socket. First of all, you can do it the boring way on a key, but like other competitors, they've gone for the touch open here and also a little touch close button here. Now I actually prefer the touch close button because on another car, which I won't mention, you have to actually physically push the charge socket closed or walk away and it'll do it automatically. I like the fact it has got a physical charge socket button there to shut it and open it. Now if we do open it up, we've obviously got type 2 here, and then obviously CCS socket at the bottom. Now the CCS system on this is 800 volts, so that means if you plug into an 800 volt charger, you'll see extremely high charge speeds. Now I'm not going to review the charge speeds. There is other YouTube channels which have gone into that extensively, and I will post a graph from Fastener that shows the charging speed, but these are impressive charging speeds. We have this lovely large sat-nav display screens here. Now there's a couple of little things that bugbears about it. First of all, I would expect this to be one complete screen. I don't really get the idea of this having this speaker over here on its own. It's just a bit odd because there's nothing on the other side that match it. So it is a bit odd. There's also this break in the screen here. I don't know why you couldn't just have one massive LCD. That would have been really pretty. It would be nice if the whole screen was touchscreen maybe, or even if the screen went all the way over to the passenger side as well. But getting over that for a second, they do respond really quick. The speed of it is actually fantastic. It's, you know, really, really fast and snappy. A lot of people commented that the pre-production version was slow, and I didn't find any problem with the pre-production version, but it definitely wasn't as nippy as this. This is really quick, really fast, really responsive. What's really nice is you've got the choice of drive modes with this little knob here that doesn't turn. It's a push button, which can be a little bit annoying, especially if you're in normal and you wanted to go to straight eco, or if you're in eco and you want to go to straight sport. I would prefer it to be more of a twist knob, so you could select the drive mode straight away just by a twist. And it has got like these indents like you would think it would twist, but you do press it. Now what is nice in this, you've got obviously the eco, normal and sport. I can tell you now that the eco mode still feels very quick, normal feels normally quick, and sport does feel very, very quick. What you can do on this is the rear wheel drive model. If you hold this drive model down, it will go into like a snow mode, which should mean that you won't slip and change traction too much when you're trying to get out of some snow that you may be stuck in. So really well thought out options here for any EV drivers that even bought the rear wheel drive version and may be stuck in a little bit of snow. This car is pretty big. Now I am probably not the best point for reference point because I am, believe it or not, 6'2". I know I don't look it, but the car is approximately about this long and also about this high. But it does look about the same height as me, so probably about 5'6", 5'7", but it is, believe it or not, I am 6 foot. Now one thing I'll tell you from driving this is it is wide. In fact, when I was with my cameraman Oliver driving it around the Morecambe area, I did actually joke that I should become a stagecoach driver, which if you don't know is a northern bus company. So it is a pretty wide vehicle. It doesn't feel that wide, to be fair, when you're driving it, but it is a wide vehicle. So if you live near lots of narrow roads, bear that in mind. Driving this vehicle, I am extremely impressed. Now, it is a family vehicle. It is not a sports car. And I don't expect it to drive like a sports car, which is why on a country road, driving it at national speed limit, it does feel a little bit weavy. It doesn't track very well on a large empty country road. However, driving it on the motorway or driving it around some roads with speed bumps on, it cushions everything lovely. Right. It feels like driving in a nice lounge. It feels absolutely beautiful. I also really like the fact that it's got absolutely tons of driving aids on it. For example, we have an auto lane assist. We also have a full lane assist where it will drive the car on the motorway, turning the corners very much like the Tesla autopilot system. It also does it on A roads and B roads. As long as it can see the lines on both sides of the roads, it will handle the lanes and turn corners perfectly. It's also got adaptive cruise control, which means it will monitor and change the speed depending on the traffic and cars in front, which is really, really good. It's also got side collision warnings, which is way better than Tesla. And I say that because the Tesla one I've never ever seen really go off. It indicates that there is a car in your blind spot, which is what you want. You want to know it's working, you want to know it's seen something, and this does that absolutely perfectly. What it also does, which I noticed when we went to go and get some food before, is it's a little bit strong on braking if it thinks you're going to kill somebody. Because a guy started walking out in front of the car, I saw him and I slowed down, but not slow enough that the car was happy, so it slammed on the brakes. But they all work perfectly. Thank you very, very much for watching this week's video. I'll see you again next week. Bye!